All right, how's everybody doing? I said I was going to do more videos and decided I was going to start getting on that now. So, mostly because there's a lot more Roy stuff now, and it started getting on YouTube, and now I can kind of review it a little bit better. So, I'm going to start talking about Roy, because there's a lot of Roy is top tier. There's a lot of, oh my god, Roy got so many changes, and I have a lot to say about it, because there's some stuff that did get changed, and then there's some stuff that got changed, if that makes any sense. We'll get into it. I don't want to spoil anything, but we'll get into it. First and foremost, player information is in the description. This is Brood, by the way, the Japanese duck hunt, and this is, shoot, I forget his name. Oh man, I forget his name, but he won the tournament. This is the grand finals. So, Roy ends up winning this. Spoiler alert, I'm sure most of you have seen it already, but you get the point. I'm going to be doing this because there's a lot of really good Roy footage. But past that, there is colors for me to talk about. Roy's colors are all just about the same, which is fine, because Roy's colors are pretty good in Smash 4. They're really good. And Richter's colors are all really good too. They are all very vibrant, which is interesting because compared to Simon, he is much brighter. Not smarter, just brighter, as in his colors are brighter. You know what I mean. I do like this black with the yellowish trim. That works. It's good. I really like this one. This is sort of the Zephiel color, if you know anything about Fire Emblem 6. I imagine most of you don't, because that game didn't come out in English. But that's the game Roy is from. Anywho, more important stuff to get into. We're actually only going to be talking about the first match of this set, because there's more stuff for me to talk about there. So let's get into it. Let's make sure that this is all running right. Okay, so right off the bat, there is something that Roy does that's kind of interesting. He actually short hop, and then he does short hop instant double jump. I don't know why he does this. This is just what he does. It might have been a misinput. He might have tap jumped by accident. But, I mean, that's what happens. So, yeah. Air dodges into the ground. Air dodge has very little lag. We see a roll. Roy's roll in Smash 4 is slightly better than the average roll, but not quite as good as the best rolls in the game, if that makes any sense. He's in this weird middle ground that no other character is in. But that's fine. Having a better than average roll is always good. This game you won't be rolling around nearly as much, but yeah. First move we see actually is very important. We see forward air. I have a couple notes because I actually did a little bit of big brain research. Roy's forward air. Let's just look at the... let's slow this down all the way. We're going to slow this down all the way. Boom. Let's go back a little bit. There's a big cut between this, but the hitbox seems to be up here pretty early. And so forward air as a whole seems to come out about 2 frames earlier, around frame 8. This is a big buff. This means that you can do Nair, forward air, and that's an actual combo instead of it just being a please jump so you get hit by this and I can edgeguard you, the way it is in Smash 4. So being able to actually do Nair, forward air off stage is really, really good. I was afraid that wasn't going to be a thing and that Chrom was only going to be able to do that, but because Roy can do it, I think... Well, I'm going to be comparing Roy to Chrom later on in this video. Talking about how I feel about those characters. But, yeah, it's kind of good to know that Roy's combos are actually still really, really strong, and even better now because the frame data was buffed. But, yeah. So we see him land with forward air. Let's do this. Let's go back to you. Okay, so jump, forward air again. Forward air, the weak hit of forward air does 6% here. But because short hop moves do about 0.85 times the amount of damage they regularly do, I believe forward air, weak hit forward air is not super representative of the damage that it actually does. Especially because it's a 1v1, but also items are on, so I don't know how the multiplayer is affected. You don't get the 1.2 times damage bonus that you do get in singles. So I'm not going to be talking about damage percent too much in this, aside from a couple of very important examples that we'll go over in a bit. We see jab. Let's go back. Let's look at jab real quick. Roy, do a jab for me, please. There we go. There's jab. I looked through jab a little bit, and jab is nearly identical. And by nearly, I mean, no, it actually is identical. The same final active frame of 23, same startup of frame 5, which is fine. Jab's a really good move in Smash 4. I don't know if it will be as good in this game because you can't combo into it as easily because his down throw is different. But we'll talk about that when we see down throw. Throws as a whole, Roy actually got nerfed pretty solidly. Roy's forward throw doesn't combo anymore. We don't see it in this game, but Roy's forward throw got changed to like this elbow that you can actually see Crom do it in one of the videos. But the problem with that is Roy's forward throw was like a super important combo throw because you could get very, very good tech chase scenarios. You could get forward air Nair or forward throw Nair and get pretty solid stage control and stuff like that. It was just really good. It's a very solid combo throw. I always thought it was better than down throw because it gave you better stage control, except for in matchups where down throw actually led to like some really good combos, like against big characters. But in this game, it seems like down throw is your only throw combo, like combo throw. You know what I mean? We saw down air. Down air scares me. Okay, so here's the thing about down air, right? We're just gonna pretend like this game has the same shield stun calculation as in Smash 4, which might be true, it might not. But let's slow this down so we can talk about what exactly scares me about down air. So Roy starts up down air. Down air starts up at, it's actually frame 16 and 17, which is identical. It's exactly the same. The problem is it has 14 frames of landing lag from 26, I think. No, I think it's 26, yeah. 26 or 23. No, 23. From 23 frames of landing lag. That's massive, right? Because if Roy does down air on shield, and the calculation is the same, and it still does 15%, which I think it does, the sweet spot, down air is super safe. Like, it's almost plus on shield, if it's that way. I think if that's intentionally the case, like, you can do down air on shield, and it's safe, like, on purpose, like, that's the way Sakurai had intended it. If that is the case, I think the counter is parrying because the startup is very slow. You'll be able to, if you're paying attention, you'll be able to react to it, but it's not the easiest thing. Oh, excuse me. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do. But yeah, that's down air. Roy does dash up shield. We see a jump. I hear that Roy's air acceleration is slightly better. I could believe it. A lot of characters got air acceleration buffs. Most of them did, actually. Like, Ike got one, too. So Roy in this game, I wouldn't be surprised if he got buffed. That's really important. Roy's airspeed is incredible. It's like super good. I'm pretty sure it's like top 5 best airspeeds in Smash 4 right now. And it helps to make the character like, makes all of his combos super, super solid. It's what's going to make Nair, forward air a much more guaranteed combo, which is just super scary. Speaking of Nair, this is the moneymaker right here, all right? So what did they do to Nair? They actually did something incredible. They made it frame 5 instead of frame 6. Go back and do Nair, my guy. Help me out here. So the first hit of Nair, right there. All right, it's already. So let's just go back frame by frame here. Boom, there it is. So this is Nair. Nair comes out frame 5 now, which is a frame faster, which is kind of whatever. But it has 9 frames of landing lag from 11, which makes it very safe because the sweet spot hitbox, if you can kind of see here, has been extended. The sweet spot is much longer in this game. This little tip bit is actually where the sour spot is. You can go off of the light of Roy's sword to be able to tell, like, pretty consistently in Smash 4 and in this game. But they increased the sweet spot hitbox very, very, very much. And as a whole, when you hit something on shield with Roy's sword, it prioritizes the sweet spot over the sour spot because of how hit registration works in Smash 4. Which, I mean, I'll just go into that really quick right now. With Marth, the same thing happens. If you get only the tip, it counts as the tip. If you get the tip and a little bit of the like middle of the sword, it only gets the middle of the sword hitbox. That's the same way it is for Roy. If you get the tip hitbox and like even the slightest bit of the middle hitbox of, say, F smash, you'll get the middle hitbox, which is really, really useful, and it leads to some very weird shield stun mechanics that, honestly, I still can't even really effectively explain, but that's whatever. So we see the second hit of Nair. He gets that. So this Roy is a little slow with his follow-up because he dashes up and jabs when, right? Like, here's the thing you can do here. You could do jump Nair again. Dang, yeah, he gets dive kicked. But you could do jump Nair again because we see he does forward air. Forward air again. Wait, how far did I go back? Did I go back too far? Yeah, I went back too far. All right, work with me, Roy. Get back to the Nair section. He does Nair, lands this hit. He lands here. You do short hop Nair again, and that just works. In fact, you'll get the sweet spot hitbox, which means you'll do about 26% like worth of damage. At least like based on Smash 4 percentages. The damage in this game is going to be different. But yeah, like he gets this Nair. You can get Nair follow-ups here, but what he actually does is he dashes up and he does jab. Now you can grab here as well and get a grab follow-up, which is, you know, pretty important. But instead he does jab like pretty late and it gets spot dodged. But because spot dodge is spot dodge, he actually can just grab after it because jab ends pretty quick. Hey, it's Richter's F-tilt. I'm going to talk a little bit about Richter for a moment because this character is really good. I think Simon might be better because from what I've heard, Simon is like, his jab is different in a way that's like actually better, but I don't know. The game's not out. I can't say for certain what is and what is not good. The point is this F-tilt is dumb. The final active frame of this F-tilt is like next to nothing. See, like he ends it pretty quick. Let's speed this back up again. Roy does an important move. Actually, Roy does an important thing right here. So Roy does forward air, and he crosses up with it. This is like a super ambiguous cross-up. In fact, it's so ambiguous, Brew tries to shield grab, because if you shield grab in Smash 4 on a forward air, Roy will almost always land in front of you. Very rarely can it cross up. But yeah, Brew does the grab, thinking that it'll just be right in front of him, and he is not. And that caught me, too. I didn't think that was going to happen. So, that's actually really important. That means you have a very good approaching mix-up with forward air, because now, against characters that have to choose, like, do I turn around, do I, like, up B out of shield backwards, or do I do a shield grab, that's a bit of a mix-up, and you can get a little bit off of that. It's not the safest mix-up in the world, but it's a mix-up, and one mix-up is better than no mix-up, where in Smash 4 you just hit the shield and you just get smacked. He rolls afterwards too. It seems very safe, forward air. Like if you cross up with it, this seems very, very safe. Which is a theme with a lot of Roy's moves, is cross up with the move, and it's very safe. All right, so this is the new baby, right? I always said for a long time that Roy's back air was one of his best moves, easy. I said it was like top 3 best moves he had because it killed. It was just better than forward air. It was a better forward air. Because like if you could do back air, forward air, when situations where you would do forward air, you would rather do back air because it just works better and you would get more damage and stuff like that. But back air in Smash 4 is 2 frames quicker, it does 1 extra %, and it kills. It's just better forward air. It's safer too because of the extra %, actually adds a lot more shield stun. But yeah, he does this back air here. I believe this is the weak hit because he doesn't go anywhere. And that's interesting because the weak hit of back air in Smash 4 is very small. This is a very ranged hit. So I'm not surprised that it's the weak hit, but it's the weak hit. Something very important about back air though is that it's about frame 7 in this game, which makes a lot of sense because if forward air is frame 8, the way it is that from what we've seen, back air being frame 7 would keep with the theme of it being slightly faster than forward air. It also, by the way, when he lands, it seemed to have about 8 frames of landing lag from 16. I don't think that is exactly 8. That might be like +1 or 2, or it might be like 9 or 10 frames of landing lag, and I just miscounted. But I counted 8, and that's scary. That's a really good move. That's a ridiculously good move. That has so much usability, so much like... It's a fantastic neutral game tool now, if it actually does have 8 frames of landing lag and is as safe as it is. And it's faster than forward air. Like, you're not going to be parrying that move. And if you do go for parries, then you're going to get baited for it. All right, so let's get into a nerf. Roy actually did get nerfed in a couple different ways. And side B is one of them. This is a theme with all of the side Bs for all the Fire Emblem characters. That means Roy and Chrom and Lucina and Marth. Side B is about 2 to 4 frames slower, anywhere between frame 8 and frame 10. I'm not super certain. I counted frame 10 in a couple of different situations, and I counted frame 8 in like another video, which had like different frame data stuff going on. So that I think it's frame 10. It should be frame 10. And then also the damage got super nerfed. So let's see this side B, and I'll show you. That does 12%, I believe that was. Let's go back to this. Yeah, 25.4 to 37.1. It did about like 11 to 12%. In Smash 4, that move will do around 13% at minimum, like at bare minimum 13% if you do the weakest versions of it. If you actually get the full damage like moves, like you do the downward variation on characters that can't jump out of it and stuff like that, you can get like 20-some%. You could even get combo follow-ups on fast fallers if you do the up version. So it was really, really good. Also, it was frame 6. And also, you could space it because the tipper hitbox actually pulled people in and made it more consistent, which is really, really good. In this game, it is as consistent as what it was before. It wasn't super inconsistent before if you knew what you were doing. But in this game, the fact that you can just do it and it always works is so good. But yeah, he does this side B and it does slightly less damage. Here we see another back air. Back air is just really good. We're not going to see it kill for a little while, but it is just super, super good. Where he just grab and then rolls back again. He's rolled a couple times, and you can actually see the slightly increased end lag of this roll. Like right here, how long it takes for him to jump out. Yeah, Brood is just kind of controlling this space right here, which is what I think Richter is going to be doing most of the time. Although I think high-level Richter play isn't, or the high-level Belmont play isn't going to be like just chuck projectiles. I think it's going to be like projectile setups, like throw the cross backwards so that I can start heading this way. Because if you don't know, just like in the Castlevania games, the cross goes one way and then it spins for a little bit and then it starts going the other way and it doesn't ever stop. Like it just kind of keeps going, which is really, really good. So I think that will be like the setup, because then you can just control that space, and then if somebody actually manages to get in, they'll get smacked by the cross, just like that. We see Richter's dash attack, kind of an interesting move. So here we see side B on shield. Side B in Smash 4, Dancing Blade, is safe sometimes. It's safe if you know how to make it safe. What I mean by that is if you do the third variation of side B, the downward one on the third part, you'll actually, by the way, 420, let's talk about it. Anyway, if you do the downward version of side B on the third hit, it's actually very safe because Roy actually, like from where Roy is, he'll actually take like a big step back after doing it, which is really good because it trips up a lot of people trying to get, say, dash grabs after it. And that's good. But also you could go for the fourth version that is downward, and that will break shields if you do it right. In fact, there is a shield break like guarantee on certain characters that if they keep holding shield, DDD is the best example of this, right? So if you do forward air on their shield, and then because forward air can be interrupted before you land on the ground, and you do side B, stall out the hits of side B, and you'll break a shield every time. It's a little difficult because most characters have quick enough out of shield options that can interrupt between the forward air and the side B. DDD, on the other hand, if he tries to do something out of shield, like shield grab, he'll actually get hit by the side B before it like actually grabs, which is super, super good because it means he either breaks a shield or he gets hit with side B. At high percents, that means he either dies or he dies. And I mean, that's just a super good thing to have. It's matchup specific, but it's good to have. The other part of that is, like, it doesn't work on Samus because Samus can up B out of shield and make that not a thing. But you know what I mean. It's good on characters where that's actually usable on. But in this game, it seems like because side B is slower and because side B doesn't do as much damage, the shield damage isn't going to be nearly as much. However, this looks very safe. Roy does not end the side B. He only does the first 3, and then he just kind of stops. And you can see he starts up an F smash. Richter rolls, and like if Roy F smashed this way, he would have caught that roll. If Richter didn't roll, Roy would have been able to like continue pressure. Roy can back off here and like stay safe. Side B is very, very good. It seems super, super good to have. But yeah. Also, this is Richter's down tilt. I see a lot of people saying it's dash attack, this little slide. Like roll, and then he does down tilt. This is down tilt, this little slide. And then if you do another input, you get the kick part of the down tilt. This is actually from Dracula X or Rondo of Blood, which is the game Richter is from. Which all the cool kids know that Dracula X is the best Castlevania game. Not counting Symphony of the Night, because Symphony of the Night isn't in this game. Like, you can't play as Alucard. You know what I mean. Although, Richter's actually in Symphony of the Night, which is kind of cool. Richter has a lot of cool voice lines, like in the history of Castlevania. But we're not talking about Richter. We're talking about Roy. Different R character. We see dash attack. So I had a problem with dash attack before I actually saw it here. I had a problem with dash attack a little while ago. That was, why would you ever dash attack if you can F smash out of dash, like, consistently? And the real reason why is you wouldn't. Dash attack is just about as safe, but F smash does more damage, kills earlier, and has just, like, the only difference is that it has slightly less range. And even then, that's not even necessarily true if you know how to space it right. But he does this dash attack on shield, and this looks very safe. Roy, I can't tell what Richter does out of shield here, but Roy starts up a jab, and that's 5 frames, where you could actually just be dashing backwards or rolling. So that's pretty solid. That's like a really, really, really good move on shield, it seems. So if you can approach with dash attack and make it stay safe and like space it right, because if you space things on shield as Roy, it will actually get the sweet spot hitbox pretty consistently. The only problem is there's so much end lag on a lot of Roy's stuff that it doesn't matter if you get the sweet spot at the sour spot, you'll get smacked. But yeah, like it's really good. So he does jab to forward air. He actually catches Richter's double jump and does this forward air. Jab to forward air seems like at lower percents isn't necessarily the combo. I don't know what the jab combo is at lower percents. I'm sure there is one. I'm sure you can do like jab Nair because it's frame 5 now. Jab Nair probably works pretty consistently. You probably can't pick up another Nair after it because in order to do that Nair, you have to be inputting neutral, so you can't have forward momentum while you're doing it. Unless you do a forward hop and then like, I don't know. It would require like a certain thing. But anyway, he gets this forward air and he catches Richter's double jump. Richter gets the final smash. There's a lot of item stuff going on here. Hi, Richter. Nice eyes. There's a lot of items going on here, so we're just going to kind of keep going through this. While this is going on, I am going to talk a little bit more about some Roy stuff. Roy's forward throw got changed. I have a theory that it kills. Like, we're going to get through. Like, he's got a hammer and stuff like that. We're just going to wait. I have a theory that it kills at the ledge. Like, it's kind of similar to, say, pits. But I haven't seen that, so I don't know. It just seems like the knockback is very good and the angle is very brutal. Important moment. Hey, guys. Side B just killed. Or at least it just had the sparks. What this tells me is that Roy's side B doesn't have the sweet spot and sour spot anymore. Like, you can't get the tip hitboxes of side B on, like, the strongest hit and only get, like, the sour spot because you hit the tip of it. Because this is very, very, like, end of the move kind of range. We do see that, like, see where Roy is? This is the red dot is where Roy is. And Richter is up here. This, like here, hang on. Richter is right here, yeah. So this is about this far in terms of distance that's sent. At around 90-ish% at the ledge, you will get kills off of side B. So long as you're not spamming the move and making it stale. But that's really, really, really good. Side B is, even though it's slower, it's still quick enough. And it's still very safe. It's just a very good kill option. But yeah, it's going to be good to be able to pick up kills at the ledge there. I don't know, because you're going to have a harder time comboing into it because it's so much slower now. You might still be able to Nair side B, and if you can do that at higher percents, you can get kills. Which would be really nice to have. Although, we got to wait for the game to come out. Now, all right, we're going to get into the match here because I don't know why Brood does this. I don't know if Brood doesn't know what this item does, or if he thinks it's similar to, like, the bomb version, where if you hold it up here, it explodes. But Brood just walks up, and he's just like, hey, you doing something there? And he does that. And then watch the super big brain punish here, right? So Richter starts jabbing. Roy techs. He does a tech on the side of the wall here, lands and F smashes, and gets a kill. I don't know why I love that. I love that he gets that tech and then F smashes Richter because the end lag is too long. I don't know why I love that so much. I just do. How much damage did that axe just do? Hold up. Hold up a second. That axe just did 16%. That's a big damage projectile for like, you can control the angle of it too. That's neutral beat, by the way. But yeah, here we see side B. Side B's a little stale now. But Roy does side B, and this side B in particular does like 10%, which is a big nerf. That's a big reduction in damage. So So I guess the thing that we've learned is don't spam side B. Does Nair, F tilt. I didn't get the frame data on F tilt or anything. It seems identical. I like looked at like after looking at Crom stuff and stuff like that, it seems like they're just about the same. Look at this. Look at this landing with Final Smash. Look at how cool this is. So the Final Smash animation actually has like a little bit less of a similarity to Roy's critical hit animation in FE6, like the Blazing Blade. So that kind of sucks. Like the swing here, like the super heavy swing, doesn't exist in Blazing Blade. It kind of looks a little different. But he still does the put the sword back thing. And he still does the backflip, by the way, if you're in midair. So that's really cool. Because like that's super similar to the original game. Oh, hey, look at that ridiculous up air. Anywho. Up air, was that up smash to Nair? Did that just work? No, that's up tilt to Nair. Richter's up tilt seems really good. It seems a little disjointed, like even though it's not really that big of a swing. We actually see back throw here. It does 3.6%, which tells me it does about 6%. The only problem is Roy's small, so this isn't super indicative of like the angle it's going to send at and stuff. Roy's back throw, I am wholeheartedly believe it's the worst back throw in Smash 4 because the angle it sends at, and if you DI it right, you can actually punish it like at certain percents. Like it's punishable after you get thrown, which is completely whack, let me tell you. Does Roy die here? No, he doesn't. This is why Stage Morph isn't okay, all right? Roy doesn't die here because I don't think Stage Morph has like a particular side blast zone. Like Roy's small and he gets like hit with something and he still doesn't die. Even though he's at lower percent, because he was small, his weight was like nothing. Anywho, he's got the killing edge right now. So Roy's about to die to his own item from his own game. That's crazy. Anywho, how are we doing here? So actually, did we just see that dash dance? Roy does a dash dance in a little bit, like in this game. I might have actually missed it. Roy being able to dash dance, every character can dash dance in this game, but Roy being able to dash dance consistently, because like extended dash dancing isn't phenomenal in terms of like actual usability, but being able to just regular dash dance in this game makes Roy super, super good. He is not faster. I see people say that he dashes faster. He does not dash faster. I don't know why. Like you can do the, like right next to each other, you can do like a timing of like how far it takes for Roy to get from point A to point B. It's identical. I don't know why people say he's faster. Here's this Nair. The thing about Nair is that the second hit of Nair actually comes out a little quicker, it seems. Like look at how fast he gets the second hit. It just seems really, really much quicker. That looks like a pivot to me. I don't know why. But he looks like he tries to F smash. In fact, he does try to F smash. So this is a clean little moment here, right? So he does approach Nair to forward air. I don't know if this is guaranteed because he actually dashes up and then forward airs, wherein like if you did short hop Nair, it would guarantee a Nair 100%. But he does F smash when he lands, which this only works because the stage is angled, right? So he does forward air here. If this stage was flat, he would land like where this bush is. But since it's not, he lands a little under, like on this like curve thing. It does not auto cancel out of a short hop. Is what I'm trying to say. You cannot forward air auto cancel. It still has landing lag. You still have to interrupt it. The only reason why it doesn't auto cancel. Wait, did it auto cancel? I can't tell if it auto canceled or not. It might not have. The lag might have actually just been that much, which is good. Grand Cross. Gotta love Castlevania. I'm always surprised at the amount of people who haven't actually played Castlevania, but that's reasonable because the good Castlevania games are all on like NES, SNES stuff. But Symphony of the Night isn't like hard to find, you know what I mean? Oh, whatever. Let me see another jab here. They're gonna hit the POW block. There isn't that much left in this game, from what I remember. Like I think Richter just dies. He's trying to do this. So actually this is really important because Roy charges up this F smash and it does nothing to his shield, like 0 to his shield. So I don't know if they got rid of the middle hitbox of Roy's sword because like, look where this lands. Honestly, that's not even the middle. That's like the beefy hit. That's the 20% hit and it does nothing to his shield. I can't explain that. I don't know why that's like that. It would have done a bunch of shield damage in Smash 4. But yeah. He does down smash here. I didn't get the frame data for down smash, which I should have, but down smash and smash 4, the first hit like never kills. It's like super, super weak compared to like other smash attacks. Kills at like 140 at like certain places on the stage, which is not that good. But he does down smash here, and down smash is really quick. That's the benefit, right? Like that's the good part about it, is that it's actually pretty fast. The second hit is in some cases actually stronger than a fully charged F smash. If you fully charge down smash, it'll kill earlier than fully charged F smash on certain stages and at certain percents and on certain characters. But that's so specific. Honestly, just charge F smash. Like, it's not enough for it to matter. Ladies and gentlemen, we're traveling back in time, all right? Because we're seeing jab up B. We all love up B. We all love jab up B. I did believe before that Roy's up B went a little higher, because in the trailer for Crom, Roy does up B and it hits like the lights of the what's it called? The boxing ring stage. And I thought like, wow, that is way higher. And it is not way higher. It is only like a little bit higher, if anything. It doesn't seem much higher at all. But he does this jab. Jab actually does like 7% here, which is more than what it... Actually, no, I think that's about the same as what it usually does. But again, because there's items on and because it's a 1v1, I can't tell you what the multiplier is for certain stuff. It doesn't send Richter anywhere because Richter's at like pretty low percent. It does do a lot of damage though. It puts on a lot of damage. Does this down throw. He gets up air. This is the combo. This is the one that works almost all the time. And we could talk about up air now. I made a terrible mistake and I didn't actually get the frame data for up air. Like I didn't do this study. But up air is frame 5 in Smash 4. Like the first hitbox of up air is frame 5. And since it got kind of completely... This move got super redone. The animation is the same, but it functions pretty differently. The knockback growth got increased a lot. It's still... You can still get follow-ups off of it. You can still do up air, footstool, shenanigans. Like after you like up air, footstool, then down air or back air to lock. Down air doesn't lock, only back air does. But if you do down air, you can get like... I read your air dodge because people get spooked kind of stuff. But yeah, you can still do footstool stuff at super low percents, but that is super low percents. And honestly, it might be more consistent thanks to knockback growth, but now it actually does kill. That's the important part. We do, however, see the weak hit of up air. A big problem with up air in Smash 4 is that the weak hitbox is way bigger than it ever needs to be. Like, this is definitely the tip of the sword, like in this particular circumstance, but the strong hit, like, seems to have been extended at least a little bit. Which is good, which is really, really good. There's a lot of buttons going on the stage right now, right? Honestly, I might just skip this. How much longer is left? Oh, not that much longer. So I'm just gonna let this play out, and I'm gonna talk about what I think of Roy in this game. The thing that I think, right, and this is what I was thinking before. Also, look at this juke. Look at this super juke right there. That's so good. Where'd my mouse go? Oh, my mouse turned off. Well, that's weird. I've never seen that before. Okay. So, all right, because my mouse turned off, I guess that means that I gotta get this fixed. I'll just keep talking in the middle of this while I'm doing this. There we go. I found a separate mouse. So the thing about Roy, right? His strengths are much more pronounced in this game. Specifically his speed and his air mobility and his just relative like combo game and stuff like that. It's very, very good. It's very solid. It's just as solid as what it was before. The problem is, and this is because we never see this because it's only walk-offs in this whole stage, like in both of the stages in this stage morph game, we never see Roy get edge guarded. Roy being like his recovery is very exploitable. People talk about Crom having a bad recovery. Roy also has a bad recovery. Like, it's still not good. The point is, his weaknesses are very exploitable in this game. His out of shield options are still unsafe and kind of bad. But out of shield options in this game seem to be a little less important thanks to parry, which if you play Roy, learn to parry. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be necessary. But his weaknesses are much more exploitable, is what I'm trying to say. And like comparing that to Chrom, for example, Chrom is a much more extreme Roy. Chrom's combo game is going to be better. Like I really think it's just going to be better. You're going to get kill confirms when Roy just straight up can't with like getting the tip hits of certain moves. But the problem with Chrom is, again, he's a much more extreme Roy. That doesn't mean better. That just means his strengths are stronger and his weaknesses are far weaker. Basically what I'm saying is Roy is the safe pick, which is weird because Roy and safe don't go together super often. Chrom is the I really think I can outplay my opponent a lot pick. Like Chrom is the character you play if you think you can super out neutral the opponent, because Chrom's neutral game is going to be pretty solid. Like if you can spend most of the game in advantage, it's going to be super hard to deal with Chrom. Roy, on the other hand, if you can spend most of the game in advantage, it's not that hard to deal with him. Like it's all right. Roy's advantage state is pretty good, but his disadvantage is bad, and Chrom's disadvantage is horrible. It's god awful. He's got nothing. Like his up B, I said before in the Chrom video that his up B was like frame 3 or 4. I actually did the math. It's like frame 10. It might be frame 5, and I was watching a 30 frame video, but I don't think I was, and I'm almost certain that it's frame 10, which means his out of shield options are even worse. Like he's gonna have nothing safe to do when he's being pressured. But yeah, like altogether, what we're learning here is that I don't think Roy is going to stay strong for long. I don't think he's going to be good forever. I think if you compare Roy to, say, Roy when he came out for DLC in Smash 4, let's just like watch the rest of this because I don't know how he gets this kill. But like if you compare Roy to, say, Smash 4, why did I do this? But like when he came out in Smash 4, people were like, oh my god, this character's so good. He can kill so early. F Smash is so good. Stuff like that. And then he just fell off the face of the earth because like Roy has some serious weaknesses that just weren't being accounted for. And the same thing goes for this game. Does he die to this? I don't remember if he actually dies to this. Yeah, he doesn't. Big stage. Big stage. I can't believe I keep doing this. Anyway, Richter dies to this, I imagine. Yep. Okay, game set. But yeah, like Roy ends up winning this. Let's see if we can get to the win screen. No, they just show the crowd. Alright. But like, you know, you get the point. I give him a month. I give him a month to have some amount of tech discovered that's like, hey, this character actually has some extra stuff besides strong hits and good combos. Like, because, like, imagine, it's just so easy to handle him off stage now that he can't air dodge and that his up B is, like, very predictable. He can't angle it as much as people seem to think he can. It's like, dude, just completely change the way it goes. It's super easy. Like, if you go backwards, he'll never snap to the ledge. It's super hard to. Stuff like that. It's just not as good. And ledge snaps also, in general, have been nerfed. You can actually see in one of the footages, like, Roy does up B at the ledge, and when it would have snapped, it actually just straight up doesn't. He just goes above it, which is really bad. But the point I'm trying to make is that I think Roy will fall off after the games come out. And I hate to be the dude who's like, actually, this character is not that good, but I really don't think this character is that good. And I think Chrom is going to be worse. Like, just in general. I think the thing about Chrom is that, like a lot of people are like, Roy is Marth, but easier to play because he doesn't have to space as much. And I disagree with that. I think the people who think that are people who don't play Roy. Because if you ever play Roy in a competitive match, you know that is not easy, okay? People know how to play around that. I think Chrom is easier Roy. At like a low level, I think Chrom will be easier to play than Roy. I think he'll be much easier to exploit at a higher level because his recovery is just that bad. Also, he's a fast faller, like, not super great. But yeah, that's the point. The point I'm trying to make is that I just don't see it. I just don't know how this character can really make something happen. Maybe there's like some down throw, weak hit, up air, up smash kind of combos you can get to get kills. Up smash did get buffed, so maybe I'm not tripping with that one. Maybe that's actually a thing. But yeah, I mean, that's Roy as a whole in Smash Ultimate. I'm excited. I'm excited to see. I want to. If Roy is good, I'll play him. If he's not, I'm dropping this character in a heartbeat. Just for the people who are listening, I am not interested in playing anything under top 15 in this game. It's kind of interesting. In most fighting games, I actually do pick top tier, like pretty handily. But in Smash 4, I never really got a hold of wanting to play any of the top tiers. And I never knew why. I was like, why didn't I? I played Cloud for a long time, and I was like, why don't I enjoy playing this character? I love Cloud. But the reason why was because Smash 4 was not that fun of a game, at least for me. Other people enjoyed it, I just didn't. But yeah. So that is Roy in Smash 4 versus Richter. Again, player information's in the description, and I'll see you next time.